Ross, just tell me your handicap and tell me what your issues are.
My handicap's 19. My issues are I actually can't control the club face, to be honest. When it comes back, it just wobbles way too much. I tried getting this part to counteract that, like the mallet one.
Yep.
It did work, and it does work to a bit, but then sometimes it just wobbles way too much, and then causes it to come up the hill all the time.
Okay. So I can see your wobbles from down the line. I can see your wobbles even more face on, but don't worry about our face on just yet. And you talked to me about how your shoulders dropped as well in that position. So it's kind of set up for a driver. So we'll talk about how we can get those squarer and working in a bit more of a triangle position for you, because I can tell that's ideally what you're looking for. I'm just going to show the camera what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so at setup, what we have is setup's good. We can see that between the green lines. Once it comes back, there's a bit of drifting. So what Ross gets is a problem with strike, as he just told us. It's at heel and toe, but you can see the left hip and the right hip start to move a little bit laterally. And that's the issue. And you can see his head then falls back through the impact. So they're the issues we're going to be working on. So as with many people we've seen so far, that wind deflector for your door wind deflector is going to come, as I said to you earlier, it's going to come in real good handy. Because what we're going to do is we're going to work on balance awareness today, getting a lot more control. That's the first thing we're going to do, okay? Secondly, then we're going to, if that's still an issue and you're hitting the ball left or right, then we're going to change your right hand position on the handle, okay?
Cool.
So
I see one of your videos saying that you hate the finger.
Oh mate, I keep saying I've got a cigarette cutter in my drawer, and I pull it out and I snip them off. You don't need that. You don't need that.
The reason I done that is because I thought it would give me more control, to be honest.
I know that wants to accelerate the head though. That becomes dominant. Okay. Now, if you had the other finger down there, it would counteract it, and I would also prefer maybe the left finger to be on the other side, because that actually won't flick. That will actually, if anything, would stay open, wouldn't it? Okay, so it's going to keep it open. It's going to restrict the face from rotating. Okay, now I'm not worried about the grip, how you're holding on the handle just yet. I want to see balance awareness. I want to see control. So if what we do is we're going to do a face on for me first. We're not going to hit any balls. We're just going to do some drills first. So if we can get that lovely sausage looking thing, your door deflector, just lying across the mat in front of you. That's it. Yeah. So your whole body's face on to me.
On the mat.
On the mat, yeah, across the mat. Yeah. Okay. So lying it across the mat. So if you stand back a little bit. There we go, fast, that's great. So if you stand back a bit more, bring it right back to that dotted line, keep going, that's it, perfect. That's it, just there. That's it. So what I want you to do now is I want you to put your balls of your feet on that. So, and then just get yourself set up. The balls of the feet, there you go, good. Just come a bit, just to make sure your toes are just over the front of it. Just slightly over, mate, that's it, that's perfect. Okay, so now that should feel right in the middle of the arches, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. What I want you to do now is I want you to take some practice strokes, and I want you to, when you're doing this, I want you to feel like you're engaging the core stability. Yeah. So from here, you're engaging that core stability around. Okay. I've got my shorts on today. Hey. So we've got that core stability here. We're sucking that in. Okay. And we're going to lift the heels up off the ground this much, okay? And that what's going to do is make you slightly off balance, but you're going to have to make sure you've got a little bit of flex in your knees and you're really stable with the legs. And all we're going to do is just use the upper body only, okay? So let's give that a go.
Yep.
So very, very small amount of heel movement needs to come up. Only very fractionally. So it's literally a millimetre. You're just feeling the socks are just barely touching the mat.
Okay. Now I can feel it in my knees, trying to balance myself up.
That's it. Yeah, that one was really good. So we're not seeing hardly any movement there. Okay, let's keep that going. That's it. So I've just done a quick little video of that so we can compare it to the video you sent in. And what I'll do is, if you just keep practicing that, Ross, and I'm gonna good. So I'm just going to put this on top of the trousers. There we go. Okay, so just going to show the camera quickly what I've just done. So we can see on the old one, okay, just watch the daylight come into play. Ooh. So we've got that daylight there. We haven't got any daylight now on the new one. Okay, so have a quick look at this. Okay, so that's your old one. Pay attention to the Nike sign, okay? That's you in your backswing. Can you see the daylight now?
Yeah.
Okay, if we have a look at the practice swing. Yeah, so no daylight.
Yeah.
When we get in the backswing, we get a very, very small amount. Okay, it's pretty much bang on, but it's only moved less than about a centimetre. Okay, probably less than a centimetre. But that's the change we can make to start getting that control back to impact. Yeah, because if you're moving like this with your hips, you're going to see that putter move, and that's why you feel like you're wobbling. Ed, I got a wobble. Yeah, well, your body's moving, which is why you're seeing it. And if you're staring and you're getting obsessed with your backswing, all you're doing is watching it as well. And your whole body is shifting. Now, when it comes to longer putts, you're gonna be moving even more. So you're gonna hit toe and heel strikes even more inconsistently, because you got more time to make a bigger movement. So really what you need to really focus on is more core stability, making yourself off balance to find balance. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Because that's where everything's coming in. And then when you've got did you say you had a putting mirror?
No.
Okay. So if you had a putting mirror, or if you have a piece of glass mirror like that, yeah? Or even if it was a beauty mirror, they hold up to their face or anything like that, yeah. Or if it was a second iPhone or something, or a phone where you could just project see your face, You could
I
then...
have got a piece of mirror that come off a jewellery box about that big.
Yeah, so what you'd be doing is you'd be staring at that. And all we're doing is that it could be like a part of a drill where that sits inside of the golf ball, and then you're just looking at that, so your head's not tilting back, it's not drifting, so you're a bit more focused, so you can separate everything, that your lower body can stay nice and still, the upper body's moving, but you're not starting tilting and falling all over the place, because that's what's happening, and that's where your strikes are coming from. And again, it's a very, very common thing, is people are not aware of their body movement within a stroke or within a golf swing, until you're told, oh yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, I'll be able to sort that out now. Yeah, it's those little tiny simple things that can start to improve. Now with that, you can start doing a gate drill. So putting, maybe if you're doing it on this mat, putting a couple of AA batteries. You probably saw this one, talking to someone the other day about this on a video. You just lie that down where the putter comes in, and you'll be hitting that. So you put two either side, give yourself a little bit of a gap, and then you can putt in between that. You can have them either standing up, but I quite like them sitting down, okay, like this, because then if you hit it, you've hit it as well. And plus, with those mats, they're a little bit spongy, so sitting them upright all the time is a bit difficult. Again, when you're on those mats, make sure you kind of give it a bit of a rough up and a bit of a hoover after about 6 putts, because again, that dimple will start to push down into the surface, and it starts to launch differently. So if we just hit some putts now, and I want you to stand on that as well if we can, hitting some putts down the line.
Yeah. Is the ball okay there?
Yeah, perfect. Either way is absolutely fine.
Same sort of thing, keep the heels off the floor by like a mil.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, just work on your pace. Try not to hit it off the mat. Just trying to hit it, just to the end part of it, okay? So, good balance awareness. Soften the knees. A little bit too tight there. Soften those knees a bit, yeah? That's really good. Good. Just the right side of your hips started to twist. I can see that. So again, that your hips shouldn't move at all throughout the whole entire stroke, okay? We should keep those pointing. So if you think about the top of your hips, yeah? Like lights,
yeah.
Okay? Those light beams do not want to point anywhere. So that dotted line that's across where the ball is now, your hips should be pointing that way, and they shouldn't move at all. They should never twist round. There you go, good, well done. That's much better. Now we're going to have a look at your grip, okay? So that we've done the first section. We talked about your balance awareness, what to work on, using stabilizing the pelvis, stabilizing the hips so they don't move laterally, and keeping those nice and sturdy with a good core stability. So what we're going to do now is, you're talking about your shoulder position was tilted, okay? It's kind of set up to a driver. So if you just face the camera, so again, you're facing towards me, that's fantastic. And what we want to do now is, if you just take your normal setup and just stand back again, a little bit further back on the putt out. That's perfect, good. Okay, so how we're going to fix this is, you're obviously feeling there's a long right arm and a slightly bent left arm, which gives you that drop, okay? All I want you to do with your hands, at the moment they're spread like this. So all I want you to do is bring that right thumb pad up towards that left thumb. There you go, okay? So that kind of just slots in, okay? Just kind of slots in quite nicely, just in there, okay? Perfect. What we've done now is, we've got a better symmetry between the shoulders and the arms. Wasn't that quite an easy fix?
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Okay,
so that finger as well, get rid of that because that's actually causing more damage than...
Yeah, we don't. So if you come closer now, let's have a nice look at that grip. So if you come closer, that's it. Good. Okay, so let's have a look. So that hand there. So what we like to do, you got 1, 2, 3 digits on the handle at the moment with your right hand. Can we move the third digit and overlap it on the other on your left hand? That's it, good. So you've got 2. That's it, good. So that's much better. Both those thumbs should be sharing that handle as well. That's it, good. Excellent. You could then take your thumb pads off the handle, but keep your fingers on, and you should be able to lift the putter within your fingers on both hands now. Yeah? Good. So that's where your control is. The thumb pads then just sit on top. That's it. That's all you need to do. Now, the finger I think for you, is okay at the moment. I can't see it overreacting like I normally see most people. I've looked at the video where I would normally see that happen a lot. I'm not seeing it happen with you, so I'm happy for that to continue at the moment. Obviously, when you come up and see me at the studio, I can have a good look at that, see if it's working, it's magic or not. Put you on quintic ball roll. Have a look at that and seeing exactly what is going on. But the main points, again, making sure those thumbs are set properly, make sure you've got a good amount of fingers on the handle for good grip pressure. And then going back to the first part of our session was obviously looking at the balance awareness, looking at the top of the 2 right hips, making them not move at all. So again, thinking about your position, your headlamps is pointing towards, they would twist, and we don't want to twist them, we want to keep them pointing those beams straight forward, okay? Any questions at all?
No, so if I was on the putting green before a game, and should I just imagine that I'm standing on the draft excluder and then lift up?
So that's it. So you want to place that pressure. Yeah, you want to make yourself, you want to find where the right pressure is in your feet. Another way to do it, again, anywhere what puts you off balance is great. Putting an alignment stick, again, underneath the balls of the feet to feel where the pressure wants to be to stabilize you. But you want to engage the core, okay? So you want to pull in that tummy button in and up, okay? And engage those abs. And just have a nice fixed position there. Just I see a couple of putts now with that new grip. So that one missed.
Feels a little strange.
That one missed to the left, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where your fingers just come into play. Because that was a centre strike. That was a centre strike, and look, the stroke looked good, but I could see it went off left, so you've closed that putter face down.
So literally just get rid of that.
Yeah, that's it. Just hook it under in a comfortable place for you.
It doesn't actually feel that different.
So, good pelvis control. You could soften the upper body a little bit as well in the shoulders. You could just round them off a little bit at the shoulders. Just relax a little bit more.
I'm trying to tense the core. It's just tense them.
So, after practice, you won't even think about the core control because you would be grounded a lot more.
Cool.
Okay, let's hit a couple more. Still a little bit of right hip movement there. Can see the right hip twisting round to me. I can see your right finger's gone back on the handle as well.
Oh yeah. It's gonna take time.
Good. Okay, Ross. So you got a nice few things to work on there. So again, core stability. When you see this video back, you're going to go, I see that.
Yeah.
Straight away, because you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. And because I've identified it as well, you're going to see it much more obvious. And then you can start putting the feel and what you're actually visually seeing together. Yeah. And then just keep working on that grip, that handle position as well, and we're all good. Okay, mate. So there'd be 2 parts. So there'd be 2 parts of your video on Instagram, and there'll be 1 part completely flowing through on YouTube for you. Okay.
Thank you. Cheers for that, mate.
Cheers, buddy. All the best.